So today is the day. Who Else But Me is now available on Bandcamp, Even, YouTube, Kit Better, and the physical CDs are also available for sale on Bandcamp as well. I don't really know where to go with this video. I feel like I've talked so much about what this album is and what it means to me over the last, however many months that I've been promoting the album, basically an entire year. And I'm just like, there's a relief that I feel with it. And it's like, I'm glad that the album is here. I'm glad that people are finally able to hear it. The decision not to put it on streaming services kind of weighed on me heavy because I know I technically have more listeners and fans on streaming services than I do directly on my Bandcamp and my YouTube. Like a year ago, I said I want to have 500 subscribers on YouTube by the day the album drops, and I want to have 100 followers on my Bandcamp. And unfortunately, I did not meet those goals, but it was, a lot of progress in that time. For YouTube, I made it to 492 subscribers by today. And then for Bandcamp, I made it to 80 followers by today. And the day's not over. So I could hit 500 subs with the album being out and people reacting to it. I could get another 20 followers on Bandcamp today. Anything is possible. Glory to God. But last night I did the live stream for it, and my sister said, hey, whoever was meant to be there was there. And I agree wholeheartedly. I've never streamed on Twitch before, so I didn't expect anybody to pop in, but it was a couple people that popped in and sat and listened to the second half of the album. So like that last 6 or 7 songs of disc 2, they were there and listened to that. YouTube had people popping in and out. I know a lot of the subscribers that ended up coming to me, that ended up coming in the stream, probably came because they subscribed when I started doing the gaming videos just as a break before the album dropped. But now that it's back to music for at least the next entire month, I appreciate those people that still popped in and showed love for the stream. I don't really know what else to say about the album that I haven't said already, that I wouldn't want you to just listen to the album in its entirety and see where I'm coming from with that. It's 30 songs. I know that's a lot of songs, but it felt right for what today is. Turning 30, I wanted to really celebrate it in a monumental way, so produce an album top down, 30 tracks, and just send it out into the world and see what happens with it. To me, it is easily my biggest and best work that I am most proud of to this day, aside from obviously my debut album, just because it was me stepping into this world. But over the years, everything that I've done, I really feel has led up to this point. For me to be able to make this album and put it out this way and really just lean into my community that I've tried to build over the last 17 years. It's not a lot of us, but those of us that are here in this community, I'm extremely grateful for everybody that has, had a hand in supporting me and building what not just 1033 is, but what Cameron London is as a musician. So if you have time, I would greatly appreciate you listening to my album, Who Else But Me, and feel free to share your thoughts and let me know. I'm not gonna promise that it's gonna come to streaming. It might in the future. There's some stuff I gotta work out with that because I don't really like how some of that has been going with my distributors and stuff. But if I could just keep it on Bandcamp, Even, YouTube, that would be fantastic. And just have everybody, pop into my specific communities and listen to the album and converse with me about it and things like that. Obviously, this is the long video where I'm just, yapping about this project that I'm proud of, but I will do a shorter one that's just like a quick 15 seconds and, it is what it is. I plan to drop videos every day. So it's going to be a video coming from this album every day for the rest of the month. So I think the first video for the album will be up 10 a.m. I think. And surprise for those that haven't listened, the first 15-ish, I think the first 15 tracks, or there are 15 videos that are already out. I dropped all of those prior to the album as a lead up thing, but the other 15 will come out throughout the rest of this month, and then it will culminate with a 2-hour long short film version of all the videos, just kind of spliced together, that includes some clips from my nephew growing up over this last year as well. So again, thank you to everybody who has already listened to the album or bought the album. And thank you to anybody who is going to be listening or purchasing it later today, later in the year, whenever. I'm just extremely grateful. I'm happy that the album is out. I love y'all and I appreciate y'all. And, you know, hopefully this album is one for the books. Maybe it's the one that I'll finally, sell 1 million of. So who knows?